I'm Debbie Bliss, I'm a knitwear designer, and I've also got my own range of hand knitting yarns. I think that you can take a classic garment and how you wear it, the individual that you are will make it very different. I think that's the lovely thing about hand knitting. The fact is that I may design something, but every knitter who knits it is imparting themselves into it as well. The thing that's great about yarns now is that they come in so many blends and there's so much variety. I know when I was much younger I found it quite difficult to choose yarn. One, because the colour palette that we had over here in the UK wasn't very imaginative, and you can see the colours now in the blankets are just fantastic. But also you've got lovely cottons, you've got wools now that are treated in a way so that they're not itchy or scratchy. Fantastic blends of, say, wool cotton or perhaps cashmere in yarn. It's a really exciting time to be around fibre. There's a whole different sensibility about it. People aren't embarrassed about being seen knitting. You've got knitting clubs, you've got people in bars, in cafes. Also, I have to admit that the fact that some celebrities, Gosling apparently, is known to knit too, that has made perhaps people feel less awkward about saying that they're knitters. I became involved with Woolly Hugs a few years ago. I was in a store up in Scotland doing a little presentation, and a knitter came up to me then who was knitting squares and sending blankets into Woolly Hugs, and told me about the idea behind it, and I thought it was lovely. People involved in the charity knit squares, and then the squares are sent in and they're sewn together, and then they're sent to people who, for example, it may be a baby blanket for somebody who's sitting by their baby, might be in an incubator and they're going through a terrible time. It could be somebody who's perhaps his partner's died. It isn't just now baby blankets. For those people, it's saying to them, we care about you. The fact that it's knitting means that people have spent time and thought and love into that project as well. I feel really privileged to be able to have met people from Woolly Hugs and to be able to be involved in what they're doing. My ideal biscuit would be to have with tea, a digestive, but that actually makes me feel slightly naughty. But I'd have to go to what we always used to call dead fly biscuits, Garibaldi's, that I love, but they're so dry and difficult to eat that it makes you feel quite noble, and I feel that they're not putting any fat on my hips as well. I think the best part of my job at the moment is working at home, which I love, and working with my sister Teresa, who I've known since she was 11, and now my daughter Nell's come to join me too. And I think I'm happiest than I've ever been. I've realised how lucky I am now to do something that I absolutely love.